what I realized was because of this quarantining self-isolation in the past 3 weeks, we've had a lot of chance to connect at a lot of different levels. Ori and I had a lot of time to spend together. I would read to him, he would read to me. We would color together. We did so many little things together. And at this moment in time, I can actually hear his little laughter, when he is having a great time and is just a sparkling, little twinkling star. So that brings me to the next sort of example. I thought to myself, whenever we argue with somebody in our families, whether it's your husband, your partner, whether it's, getting mad at your children, I want you guys to kind of like take a step back, and instead of focusing on what it is that's really bothering you at that moment in time about that person or their behavior or what they're doing at that point in time or how it's making you feel, I want you to actually like take a deep breath and, maybe like take a few breaths, if you're really, really pissed off at the time or like right at the edge of your seat there. And think about, if tomorrow that person was not to be there, if maybe you find out that, in a month's time, they had a physical done and, it ends up being that that person is very sick with either, a very bothersome, unfortunate illness such as cancer, or maybe they have diabetes, or, or what if they just weren't in your life anymore? And I often try to kind of frame, the mindset in that sense so that I can actually put into perspective the things about that person that are really important. I mean, at that moment, maybe you were really annoyed that your child didn't listen to you. But if you were to lose them the next day or the next week or the next month or the next year, would that moment really have caused you that much anger or disappointment or annoyance? Perhaps you would think about these little things a little bit more differently. One of the things that I've really tried to sort of develop a habit in doing is to really just seize the moment, to be as grateful as you can be. Like, for example, you really don't want to look back at your life and have any regrets. So if you have family, love them. And if you've got relationships, that are so messed up at this moment in time, well, you know what? Get your shit together and let's just work on rebuilding that trust. Because at the end of the day, ask yourselves, if you lost that person in the near future, would this matter at hand that you guys are at odds with, would that be that important? And what I've noticed is that, if you've ever been at walking the fine line of life and death, and you actually survive, the gift that comes out of that is what I would call perspective. That is probably the most valuable gift that anyone could give us, or any situation could give us. And I certainly hope that, we can make the most of this little tool that I've been using over these years. But I've noticed that it's become even more useful in the recent years, that I've experienced all these, hardships and challenges, because I find that every time that we have to weather, obstacles or struggles, it's because it's helping us grow, you know? It's helping us grow as human beings. It's helping us grow and mature into, I'd say, the best version that we can of ourselves at that time or in this period in time. So I hope that my little angle of presenting this perspective can give you some food for thought, and that it can be applicable for you, as it's been really successful for me to be able to incorporate something like this into my life. And I certainly hope that it will make a change in yours as well. I am so grateful that we've had a chance to, sort of talk about perspectives, because this is the start of what I would call like a mini series. The wisdom of perspective is so valuable that we're going to probably spend a couple of episodes talking about this, probably from different angles. Today, we just took it from a couple of very simple examples that a lot of people might have encountered in their lives. And I certainly hope to kind of explore a little further with you guys on our next episodes. Hopefully you've enjoyed this episode, and you can please, share with everyone that you would probably find helpful. And I would love to get your comment or feedback on this. And thank you so much for listening today, and I sure am looking forward to our next episode. This is the Healthy Wisdom Series with Dr. Jen Chen.